Hello, happy Monday. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. Mine, well, ours was super duper busy. We got home yesterday, I think around 6 o'clock. We were done. We were both done for the day. I neglected my flowers while I was gone. I was going to have somebody water them, but I was hoping that I could just do it when I get back, and now they're not very happy. The other day when I was filling up the bird bath, I wasn't even finished. I was kind of backing away, and a cardinal flew over to the tree and then was sitting just enjoying. Oh, bug. You have to leave the birds alone. Anyway, what I was saying was the cardinal just jumped down and started drinking before I was even finished. It must have been really thirsty. Then I started feeling bad because I hadn't filled it up for a couple days. So I try to be on top of making sure that there's plenty of fresh water for him, especially when it hasn't rained in such a long time. These next couple weeks are going to be crazy, and that's okay. I do really well on crazy. I do. That sounds bad, but I do. We've got Rob's going to tennis at state. His team won, so they get to go to state. I'm staying here because I'm on baby watch. Grandbaby number 5 is due anytime. And then my dad's estate sale, and then the new house, and then we go on vacation as a family. We're going as a family across the not the world, across the United States. So yeah, I got a lot to do though. I have to keep a routine, and I still need to work. I still need to keep the house clean, etc. But I think every day I'm going to try to pack for a couple of hours just to get ahead of it. I don't want to be packing at the very end. And I want to make sure that all of the boxes are labeled which room they go into, because I've moved before where I didn't do that, and that was not fun. That was not fun at all. This time I'm labeling the boxes so when the movers, and we're having movers because Rob and I are too old, they can just put the boxes in the correct room. Yeah. I don't know if you remember the story from when we moved here. That was no bueno. When we moved here, we used, was it pods? We used something where they dropped a container off. We filled up the container, and then they brought it down to North Carolina. Well, the problem is that they got it lost. It was lost. It was like in New York or something. I can't remember. I think I've wiped it from my memory bank. But we finally got it back. A lot of things of ours were ruined. It was just not a good experience. So we are actually having people come in and move the majority of everything. I would like to move a lot of my decor stuff. And in fact, I think I'm going to have a garage sale because I need to get rid of a lot of stuff that I don't use. I don't want to drag it over to the new house. I just want to. So I might be having one in the next couple weekends. Maybe. I mentioned the other day that we switched out all of our chandeliers. And I wanted to show you these two because if you're looking for some chandeliers for your house but don't want to go the actual vintage route, these two would be really, really good choices. They come in several different sizes and several different colors. They come in the vintage gold, silver, and black. So let me show you. This one here, this one is super cute. Oh, I have it on dim downstairs. This would be really good in an entryway or a bathroom. It has 4 lights. And again, I think this one comes in black too. I think black looked really good. If I would have had a light downstairs in the bathroom with the black and white silhouettes, that would have been so cute. But it comes with all the crystals. It was so easy to put together. And yeah, that's choice number one. This is the second one. This is bigger. I can't remember the dimensions of this. But again, it was super easy. It basically all came together, if I'm not mistaken. And we just had to add the crystals. Well, I had to add the crystals. So that's that size, and then that one. So yeah, I think they make great alternatives to the vintage chandelier look. I always get this question as to where we're going. Our new house is 12 minutes away from here. It's north of here. It's close to Lake Jeanette. And I say it's out in the country. Rob doesn't, but I do. It's it's a country road compared to where we are here. It's on just a little housing section that has maybe 6-7 houses. But our housing addition name, it's bigger, but our little area is just like 6 or 7 houses. And it's off a 2-lane road that's kind of quiet back in the country. There are deer there. There are animals. I think it's the country. Also, it is about a 10-minute drive to all of our stuff. Maybe a few minutes more. I'm a big stickler on trying to stay within 10 minutes from our house. I know that's silly. The last house that we lived at in the northwest corner of Indiana, we lived in an addition, a housing addition, that there were 7,600 people, 7,600 people in that housing area. It was a gated community. So to even get to get on the main road, it took us 5 or 6 minutes. And then it took me 15 minutes, 20 minutes to get to the grocery store. So I like to stay within 10 minutes of everything. I'm going to do my best to use as much of the food in our cupboards, freezer, etc. up. And tonight on the menu, green beans, half can of the tomatoes, diced tomatoes. I threw in Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire, whatever it is, with some onion powder. So I got the green beans going. I used almost all of the rice, and I'm using the rest of the pork chops up. So these should be some very fun and entertaining meals that I'm going to be putting together, because I want to use everything up.
170 chicks in the Bible, but there's only one woman Jesus ever tells us to remember. And so for all of us, male and female, there's only one chick he says remember. So we ought to be remembering Lot's wife. And Sodom and Gomorrah was burning down, and God sent 2 angels of the Lord to rescue Lot, his wife, and 2 daughters. And he only gave them one instruction: don't look back. That was the only instruction. Life as she knew it was burning down. Of course, when she looked back, and the Bible says that she came out, but Lot's wife looked back. And because she looked back, she turned into a pillar of salt. That might be the association you have. She got calcified and stuck in a place that she was only supposed to be passing through. God had a future for her. God had a plan for her. God had a purpose for her. God had provision for her, but it was all in the future. But she wanted what she was leaving more than what God had for her. And so she was so attached, and we can do that.